What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Judea Hartley. If you are new here, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, what's up, family? Hope you're feeling good today. So today I'm gonna give you guys 4 tips. These 4 tips will help you to realize when you are connected to a good person, whether that be your best friend, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, or even another family member. These 4 tips are going to help you guys determine if that person is a good person or if you need to kick them to the curb. So if you're interested in this video, keep on watching. The first sign that you are connected to someone of quality, and this could be anything, like I said, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your man, your best friend, whoever. The first sign that I believe indicates that you are connected to someone of good quality is when they are considerate. Okay, now you guys, this is a big one for me. Like, if he or she, anything, it could be your man, it could be your best friend. If they are not considerate, honestly, you guys, for me, that's an automatic negative. That is an automatic out for me. I love people who are considerate because so many people think that the world revolves around them. I mean, it's incredible. Like, you can't see past your nose. You don't see how your actions can hurt other people. Nobody else's feelings matter but yours. Nobody else's perspectives matter but yours. And I really, really cannot stand people like that. And the way my father, my mother, and my grandmothers, the way they raised me, is always to think about someone else. Think about how you can serve someone else that day. Maybe it's not all about you today, and maybe it's not all about your bad day today. Maybe it's not all about what you're going through today. Think about how you can serve someone else. Think about how you can love and shine a light and make someone else feel good that day. Make someone else feel comfortable that day. Lift somebody's spirit that day. You know, I really can't. Like the husband, the wife, your friends, like church people, at work, anything. Like, I really can't. I don't really do well around people who aren't considerate, because I'm considerate, and that's my #1 love language. I think love is a commitment. So you are committed to loving that person, whether that's your brother, your sister, whoever. You're committed to loving that person no matter what you may feel like that day, because your love is unconditional. And I'm really, really big on quality character. So if they are considerate, if they consider your feelings, if they consider how things may impact you, if they consider your advice, if they consider your perspective, if they consider how you may be feeling that day, if they take time out to plan your birthdays or your graduations or just a regular Tuesday because they want to love on you and make you feel good, that is one of the signs that you are connected to someone of quality. Sign number 2. You want to know if you're connected to someone of good quality? Watch if they are a giver or not. If they don't give anybody anything, run, child. Run. I'm telling you, my grandmother always told me, you watch people with food and you watch people with money. If they can never share anything that they have with you, then they're not a good person. They're cheap. Cheap and stingy people. You guys, the Bible says, blessed is the giver. Like, it's a blessing. It's more of a blessing to give than it is to receive. And I watch people. I'm like, boy, you won't give people time. You won't give people money. All of your gifts are cheap. Like, you won't give people sincere love. You won't give people attention. Like, there's many different ways that you can give. You won't give people your support, because support is not just saying, I support you. Support is actually an action word. When you support someone, you actually do something about it. That's how that works. So if you're not sure if you're connected to someone of good quality, see if they give you anything. See if they're stingy with their food. Seriously, see if you're in trouble and they're stingy with their money. See if they're stingy with their time. See if they feel like the world revolves around them and they're at the center. I'm telling you, I've known people like that in my past who couldn't see past their nose. I'm like, you don't see how many other relationships you are ruining because you can't get past your feelings, you know? So watch people and how they give. If they are a giver, then that means they are selfless. That means that they know the importance of servitude, because servitude is the highest position that you can have. When we get into heaven, God is going to say, well done, my good and faithful servant. Not well done, my good and faithful singer. Not well done, my good and faithful dancer. Really, I mean, not well done, my good and faithful dresser. Well done, my good and faithful servant. Did you get out your feelings today and serve someone else? Did you check on someone else? Or are you the person that always just want to be checked on? Are you the person that always wants to be catered to? Did you think about who you can serve? When's the last time you've given someone something? When's the last time you've went out of your way for somebody? So that's sign number 2 that indicates that you are connected to a good person if they are a giver. You want to know how you know you're connected to somebody good? Is when they're willing to improve. You know, I mean, I'm telling you guys, nothing ruins relationships, all kinds. This is not just couples, all across the board. Nothing ruins a good, healthy relationship faster than ego and pride. I am telling you, if you think you're right all the time, if you think you know all the answers all the time, if you think that it's always everybody else's fault, and you never do a self-evaluation, you never do an internalization of yourself, if you think that everybody owes you an apology and you don't owe anybody else an apology, then you're already on the wrong path. You have to really self-examine yourself. When something happens, I don't care where, your work, your school, your job, wherever. If something bad happens or something uncomfortable happens, you guys, I had to learn this for myself. You have to ask yourself, now what role did I play in this? Now, if you didn't play a role in it, no, really, like they just went up to you and just started wilding out, then that's something different. But I'm really talking about like in healthy environments. If something erupts, it's really important to evaluate what role you played in that. You always have to be willing to improve. Oh, I could have said that better. You know what? I could have thought about that. You know what? I actually could have done that to show my love and appreciation for you. I could have came up with that creative idea. You know what? I didn't have to say it in that tone. You're right. Like, these are things that should be in our daily vocabulary. And you guys know this. You know, y'all know we in this classroom together. I am not sitting here like I mastered that. I am on this journey as well, because we are not perfect. Because if we were, then we wouldn't need God. God is always going to leave us with imperfections, and he's always going to leave us with a limp to remind us that we need him. So that's the third key that indicates that you are connected to someone who really cares about you. They're always willing to improve themselves for themselves and for the sake of the relationship with you. Fourth key that you are connected to someone of quality. They're remorseful. Anytime that they do something wrong, they feel it. If they hurt your feelings, then that hurts them. If you're disappointed, then they feel disappointed. When you're connected to people and when you really love people, like, you want the best for them. Do you know what I mean? You don't take joy in their sorrow. The Bible speaks about that too. Let us rejoice with the joyful. Let us mourn with the people who are going through grief. Let us cry with the people who are going through sorrow. But let us praise with the people who are going through a great time in their life, who are succeeding. Do you know what I mean? Like, people's feelings should be important to you. You should love people and treat people good because it's just the right thing to do, not because you want something out of it. You understand? Not because you're always looking at the relationship from a transactional angle. You should do it because it's the right thing to do. And the last tip that I want to leave with you guys is that good people know other good people. You guys, they really do. Like, if you're a woman who is considerate, you're loving, you're caring, you're non-judgmental, you don't like confrontation, you're not nosy, you don't engage in gossip, like, good people spot other good people like that. See, I'm a giver, so I know another giver when I see it, and that's why we sort of switching lanes now. That's why the Bible says for a man and woman to not be unequally yoked, because you guys, if she's a giver and he's not, it's no way that you guys are going to speak the same language. Really, if he is considerate and if she's self-centered, it's no way that's going to work. I know that everybody's not perfect. Nobody has all the qualities, but we have to speak sort of the same language. If I'm considerate and if I'm a servant and if I put other people's feelings, if I consider that, if I take that in, if that's of importance to me, and if you are just all surrounded and caught up in yourself, it's no way that we're gonna deeply connect. It's no way, because we don't speak the same language. If I'm a good friend to my friend and you're not, then you're not gonna understand the value of a good friend. It's really, really important to look for these key components in the people who you are in relationships with. If they're considerate, that's a check. They're always going to consider your feelings. If they are a giver, they're not cheap, that's a check. That means they're not selfish or self-centered. If they are remorseful, that means they have a heart. They care. They don't mess up and then walk around like they didn't do it. You know those people who cause chaos and then turn around like, what did I do? If they're remorseful, that's a check. And if they are always willing to improve, that's someone who never gets comfortable, and they're always striving to be better for themselves and to be better for the people who they are in relationships with. I love you guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because I want you to join in with the family. So you guys, make sure you eat some good food. Y'all know I always end with some crazy tip. Make sure you eat some good food. Make sure you arch your eyebrows this week. Make sure you oil your edges as winter is coming. We don't want those edges falling out. Edge not, saith the Bible. And make sure you guys give somebody a big hug this week. Tell somebody you love them. Until next time, I'm sending my glossy lips to your cheek.